Hello, my Virgo friends. I'm Ulrika. I'm a Lenormand card reader, but today we will do your philosophical financial card reading. These cards are more a kind of advisors. If you need to go in certain directions of your life, or if you can make a certain savings in your life on your expenses, this is all in the cards. Anyway, we will see here, Virgo, where it leads for you for the month of June. So, my Virgo friends, here I go for your financial philosophical card reading for the month of June. Hello, my Virgo friends, and welcome to your financial card reading for the month of June. As your first card here, we see the cards of monthly payments. What does this card tell us? Well, we all have monthly payments, small bills, telephone, internet, insurances, magazines, electricity, also water. Anyway, these are reoccurrent and systematic payments, and nobody pays very much attention to them. But here this card tells us also, or it informs us that a lot of people don't notice if there are increases in these monthly payments. Of course, we are affected now globally about the crisis, Ukraine and COVID. But anyway, still there could be some changes, and very few people here notice the changes in monthly payments. So here you are asked if you have seen that your expenses are increased here. Most people of us, if for instance, I'm just giving the example of internet here, if we subscribe for an internet connection, mostly these are contracts for 2 years, it depends on the area. And after 2 years, this promo expires. So it means the company in most countries of the world, they have the right to put you in the regular system. Of course, regular means that you come in a more expensive system. And most people don't know this, but this is in most countries like that. They don't need to inform you. They just put you in a different system. This is, for instance, one of the examples you can have. If you are an informed consumer, you know the law, but of course, most of us don't know this. So pay special attention here with this card to time-limited offers and keep track of your expirations days of certain promos here. Call your internet company if they have put you in a different system. If you have insurances, because there's also about insurances, let your insurance portfolio reviewed. And if you don't know anything about insurance, ask advice of a broker if everything still is there in a good way, or if you cannot make certain savings on your insurances here. Also, we are asked here to check the annual expenses on our bank accounts. What does this mean? Well, some banks, people have confidence in their banks and they stay out of habits, but some banks are really overcharging certain people. For instance, also, if you are still in the traditional system, you go to your bank and you pay by hand to the cashier. Maybe this is the card that tells you it's time for making some changes, for doing some payments by the internet. You start partly for people who are already into internet banking, for going 100% banking, because internet banking is a lot cheaper than classic banking. Why are these internet companies so cheap, these bank companies? Well, it's actually very simple. They have no locations, they have no staff, so it makes the whole thing a lot of cheaper. And of course, I hear you thinking, but is this whole thing well, safe? Well, if you do mostly the bank, your own bank offers you also services that are, but these will be in general more expensive than if you go for a 100% internet bank. But mostly also your bank, they have a division on another name where they do 100% banking. So if you are a little bit playing the police officer here for half an hour, you will find probably that also your bank is connected to 100% internet banking. And if you go for this 100% internet banking, don't be surprised. You will not have to be a magician. You will save 2,000 to 3,000 euro or dollar a year, and you will not have to do too much efforts. Why is that? Because you don't have any expenses. If you do a payment, it's for free. If you do certain withdrawals, it's for free. You need to double check here if you cannot make a lot of savings. And if you calculate everything what I just mentioned here, you can save a lot of money with these things. It's also so, like every withdrawal, you pay. Every action in the bank is paid here. They are not there for your pretty eyes. They are not interested. They're just interested in your money. They are businessmen. Anyway, you see here that each small amount, if you calculate this up, it will make a big difference for you, and you will be surprised at the end of the month, and especially at the end of the year, what this will bring you. Also, sometimes things like Visa and stuff like that is for free. For instance, you can see this also. The only thing that mostly you pay with these banks is your plastic card, and then this is a very minimized amount, or if you want a second card, but just double check here if you cannot make any savings on that. The next card that we are seeing here is awareness, reflecting, that we need to think about certain things in our life. It's possible also that certain things in your life you become more aware of. Maybe this is the global situation, maybe this is on your personal front here. You become more aware maybe about certain finances. And of course, you are the only one who has the ability to make changes in your financial system here. If there are certain things in your life that need to be changed financially, you're the architect of that, and you are the one who can guide it wherever you want here. Sometimes also it means that maybe we want to stay as we are, but this card tells us actually to make some changes here. Of course, there are external elements as the unforeseen events that we were all confronted with. First, there was the viruses that were all confronted with. Then there was the Ukrainian war and the consequences out of that. All the prices exploded, food prices, anything that you touch now is very expensive because of the convenient war there in Ukraine. Anyway, if you see this all, maybe you need to readjust certain budgets here, and we need to make some management here. We need to reflect over our finances. If you don't know very well what is going wrong with your finances, it's best here that we write our impressions down. See what you like about your current condition and what you don't like, and try to make an evaluation of that and see what you can change here. Also, see where you want to go in the future and what you want to cut off. This is very important here. And we do this by taking a step back. We need to give ourselves some perspective where we want to go financially. This is what we are seeing here with this combination of cards. Sometimes it means that we need to make adjustments are important here for this combination of cards. The last card that we are seeing here is the card of credit cards. Possibly this card is actually that some of these group of people, they use their credit too much. They go below zero with their credit cards. For some people, it could mean that they live beyond their means because of the economical times. And this card is actually a warning card. If you notice that you spend too much, we need to adjust the expenses, because this reading is all about savings. It's wise, this card tells us, not to spend money that you don't have. Why? Well, eventually, if we spend money that we don't have, we need to pay interests. Probably, like most people, you have several credit cards. The classic credit cards, they give you a limitation. So it means you cannot go below a certain point in your debit. But the other card probably that you have, like many of us, this card always gives you money, and it keeps you giving you money no matter what condition. These are the cards where you need to be very careful, because these people don't give you the money out of the charity of their soul. These are in general shark cards. So don't be surprised if you pay 20–30% interest on these cards. This is really sharky. If you have such a card, be wise with that card. If you actually can get rid of it, the advice of the card here is to get rid of it. Get rid of such cards. If you don't pay your balance out by the end of the month, it will cost you a lot of money. So, and this has consequences on your general budget. Don't think it don't influence you, because if you pay 20–30%, it influences you. You don't see it, but it does. So be aware here that you can make some changes, and it's best to make changes with this card. If we don't make the changes, there could be some effects on the long run. For you, this being below zero and the interest that you pay, it has no value for you. The only thing that happens here, if this you have a company like that, they smile. They are very happy that you go below zero. But for you, yourself as a person, it has no value for you, zero. Anyway, here we see also, this is the card of unexpected expenses. Sometimes with this card, we need to be careful that some unexpected expenses in our life are suddenly pop up, or some changes could come in our life that destabilize our financial situation. Also, this is also the card that tells you if every month you notice that you are approximately in the same situation with your credit cards, it's time to make a change, because this is also the card of return. So, and then of course, the last question here is, are you aware of this? Do you see the perspective, or are you able to change the system? So this is all, Virgo, for you for this month. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this financial card reading. If you are interested in spiritual card readings, I do also spiritual card readings. They are more like a kind of guides in your life. If certain things in your life you're not happy, sometimes they are a very good advisor. And then, of course, we have the classic Lenormand card readings. They are very much into details. There are many details there for you for the month to come. Of course, these are not short readings. They are very detailed. So if there's a lot of details, it takes longer time. Anyway, Virgo, I want to thank you for your time you spend on my channel. Thank you for considering subscribing, and we see each other next time. Bye bye for now.